Welcome back in one of the Bears Trouble Plays YouTube channel. Today is Tuesday, December 3rd, and I'm back breaking down some more NBA plays for you guys. We've got a couple games to look at today. We're going to look at the 76ers going up against the Hornets. Then we have the Spurs going up against the Phoenix Suns. A couple player props as well, but let's take a look at the plays for Monday first. I am going to start recording in the morning because clearly you cannot record 24 hours before the game. There are multiple things that happened on Monday, so we're just going to start recording in the morning. Don't love recording in the morning, like getting things done the night before, but I think it's going to save us some wins. I think it's going to save us some wins in the long run, but let's take a look at the picks for Monday. The Heat, they had a laundry list of injuries right before tip-off. Actually, it was a couple hours before tip-off, but I already put the bet in that night. We had the Heat plus 7.5 going up against the Boston Celtics. Put plus 10 up there because that's what it came out in the morning, hopefully. Well, it doesn't really matter. If you got it in the morning, if you got it at night, doesn't really matter. They lost by 20 plus. Jimmy Butler was out. They had 6 players on the injured list. Hero sucked it up again, which is good because we had his under 23.5. Shot a ton of times. I think he scored 18, 19 points, but was not very efficient from the field. Other games, we had the Lakers and T-Wolves under the Lakers. Horrible performance. Nobody shot well. I was going to say LeBron James played horrible, but nobody shot well besides D'Lo coming off the bench. So we did hit that one under 220 very easily. I think the Lakers scored 80. Both teams did stay under 110 plus points, so that is good. And then Anthony Edwards had a horrible shooting night as well. Scored 8 total points. I think he scored 8 total points. We had the under. So, 3-1 down. I'm not going to complain about a 3-1 day. A little upset about the Heat, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? We'll take the 3-1 day. That's much better than what we've been doing over the last couple of days. So felt good to have a winning day the first time in a couple of days on the NBA side. Let's try to keep the ball rolling here. We're going to be looking at the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Hornets. The Hornets have the biggest injury of the season so far. They're going to be without LaMelo Ball for multiple weeks, and that's going to get them out of the playoff contention. I thought maybe the Hornets could make the playoffs, even if Ball didn't get hurt, though, probably not likely that they have a chance to make the playoffs. They are a pretty frisky team. Whenever LaMelo Ball's on the floor, they are much better. They're playing pretty good defense this season. Offensively, it's just LaMelo Ball carrying them. But if you take a look at the Hornets' last 5 games, they lost by 6 to the Bucks. They lost by 9 to the Magic. They lost by 4 to the Heat. They lost by 1 to the Knicks. And they lost by 3 to the Hawks. So this is a very competitive team. And LaMelo Ball getting hurt destroys basically all the competition that they have. They did hold the Knicks to 99 points without Ball on the floor, and then they scored 104 points against the Hawks, losing that game by 3. But the offense isn't there anymore. They scored under 105 points in both games without LaMelo Ball. They did play good defense in both games, but again, without Ball, without the leading scorer, without all those points going in, we've got Brandon Miller, and that's about it. I'm going to take the Philadelphia 76ers here. Not sure if we're going to have Paul George or Joel Embiid. That is an everyday kind of thing. You have to be an hour before the game before you put your bet in to see if either of these guys play, even though they're getting paid some of the most in the NBA. They're just not interested in playing. Joel Embiid, he should be shut down for the entire year. That's just my opinion. He needs to get healthy first and then play basketball because if you've been watching the videos, he can't walk, and that's not a good thing. I know I've made fun of Joel Embiid, all season long, but he's got to be able to walk in the future. So if he needs to be shut down for the rest of the year, he needs to be shut down for the rest of the year. So hopefully he does better. Hopefully he can walk soon. But I did see that we're going to have Tyrese Maxey and Jared McCain in this game, and that's going to be enough scoring for me for them to beat the Hornets. I do feel bad for the Hornets. You guys know I love LaMelo Ball. I take him almost every single day on the player prop side, but this Hornets team, they need some more scoring. I'm going to take the 76ers minus 6.5 as the first play. For the next play, we're going to be looking at the Spurs going up against the Phoenix Suns. Spurs are playing good basketball. I don't care if they're winning games. I don't care if they're losing games. They're just playing good basketball, and it looks like they're having fun. It looks like they're having fun out there. They brought in Chris Paul to have some leadership on this team. They have some young guys. They have the upcoming superstar, upcoming MVP of the league, Victor Wembanyama. They're above 500 this season, and most of that has to do with them playing just tremendous defense night in and night out. They've had some bad games mixed in there, but they're also scoring a lot of points, something we haven't seen from the Spurs, in 3 or 4 years. The Spurs over the last 5 games, they found a way to win 4 of those 5 games. They scored 126 plus points in 3 of those 4 wins. The other one was against the Warriors. They were able to hold them to 94 total points which is what I've been saying about the Spurs a lot in their games. They're just playing good defense. For the Suns, they've lost 3 of the last 5, and they have been putting up quite a bit of points as well, scoring 113 plus in 4 consecutive. But the defense is non-existent at times. The Brooklyn Nets hung almost 130 on them. The New York Knicks put up 138. The Magic, they just play good defense. That's how the Suns were able to win that game, only scoring 99 points. Magic play good defense. They can't score, but we're seeing some inconsistent play out of the Phoenix Suns. They have 3 superstars. They've got a decent bench. I would go as far as to say maybe not so much of a decent bench. Like, if those superstars don't play well, then the Phoenix Suns do not play well. So I'm going to take the Spurs here plus 6.5. They're going to play better defense. If the shots keep coming in, I think the Spurs can win this game. So I'm going to take the Spurs plus 6.5 as the play. Let's go to look at some player props for tomorrow. We're going to stay in the same game. The game I just broke down, I'm going to be taking Victor Wembanyama to go over his total points, 24.5. Most likely 24.5, maybe see 25.5 as the play here. He is only scoring 24 points per game, and I really think most of his poor games so far this season have come at the very beginning of the year, because over the last 10 games, this guy's been nothing but perfection for the Spurs. He was dealing with an injury towards the back end of November because he put up 34 points against the Kings, 50 points against the Wizards, and 28 points against the Lakers before being held out for 3 consecutive games. He's now back, and since coming back from that injury, he scored 34-plus points twice and 25 points in the first game back going up against the Warriors. So he is playing very well right now. And for a player that's 7'4", Victor sure loves to shoot the three-point shot. He does have a decent stroke from the outside. He's making 36% of those shots from deep. And I do think a lot of his points will come from deep in this game once again. He has taken 9+ three-point attempts in 8 consecutive games, but if the scoring continues to be up, I have no issue with him taking threes. I'm sure Coach Popovich has no issue with him taking threes either. Victor's also coming off his best performance of the season, 34 points, 14 rebounds, 11 assists, a triple-double for the kid. I do expect him to do whatever he wants in this game. Nobody can guard a 7'4" guy who pulls up from 3 with handles. So I'm going to take him over 24.5 points as the first play. And for the last play of the day, looking at a first-timer this year, we're going to take R.J. Barrett going up against the Pacers. I've got nothing really to say about this Pacers defense. They're one of the worst defenses you're going to see all season long. They went up by 20 points in the first quarter a couple days ago against the Grizzlies. They scored 45 points offensively. They then went on to blow that 20-point lead. They lost by nearly 20 points themselves. So we saw a 40-point swing in 3 quarters of basketball. They refuse to play defense. If they're not making their shots, they're a horrible team. I'm going to take R.J. Barrett here over 22.5 points because that defense has been brutally bad, especially over the last couple games. For R.J. Barrett, he's been fantastic over the last couple games. He's been able to score 25-plus points in both games. Going up against the Heat, he went for 37 points. And the second time going up against the Heat, he went for 25-plus points. And he only missed 5 shots in his last game, attempting 20. He has been going through a little bit of a hot stretch over the last couple games. He scored 25-plus points in 3 consecutive. And they had a couple bad games in a row mixed in there. But he was back on the hot streak, scoring 25-plus points in back-to-back games. Now, on the season, he's been a great shooter, 45.7% from the field. 3-point shot does need a little bit of work, only hitting 35% of those. But he's been able to knock down some threes at some good times. And if you ask me, when was it? How long ago was that Duke team? I don't want to. 29? No, dude, I don't know. 2018? It feels like it's been a short time, but at the same time, it feels like it's been a long time. I'm going to say 2018. If you ask me in 2018, who's going to have the better career, Zion Williamson or R.J. Barrett? I think Zion Williamson is a good player. He just doesn't play. I think R.J. Barrett's leading the charge right now, and he's doing everything. 23.7 points, 6.3 rebounds, 6.2 assists. Is that a superstar talent? Not really, but that's a very good role player, very good average overall player in the NBA. I think he's doing a great job with the Raptors. He's giving them a lot of points per game. I like him to stay hot in this one. I'm going to take him over his total points as the final play. Let's go to the recap graphic. We're going to be taking the 76ers minus 6.5, the Spurs plus 6.5. Victor over his total points, put it at 25.5 just to be safe, and then R.J. Barrett over 22.5 points as the final play of the day. Guys, that's going to do it for the NBA Plays and Props for Tuesday, December 3rd slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please be sure to drop a like this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.